Reporting from Arkham Asylum, this is Gotham Rose. In this video we take a look at the comic book storyline, Harley Quinn and Power Girl. Harley Quinn and Power Girl is a 6-issue miniseries published in 2015, written by Amanda Conner, Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray, and penciled by Stefan Roques, Elliot Fernandez, Flaviano and Moritat. Yeah, that's quite a lot of people. The story is a continuation and spin-off of Harley's and PG's original team-up, which was featured in the Harley Quinn solo title. In that comic, Harley encountered a Power Girl suffering from amnesia, and then proceeded to convince the Kryptonian that the two of them were crime-fighting partners. Later, during their misadventures, Harl and PG were sent to another dimension. But we never actually got to see what happened there, until now that is. And that's what this miniseries is about, Harley Quinn and Power Girl's crazy space adventure. They end up on a planet called Valoron in the Sombrero Galaxy. Yeah, seriously. Searching for a way to get back, the unlikely duo discovers that the Lord of Valoron, Bartox, is in possession of a transportation ring. Power Girl actually has history with Bartox, as the two of them met in PG's own title several years ago. During that encounter, Bartox fell in love with Kara and tried to seduce her, which she didn't respond very well to. Of course, suffering from amnesia, Kara doesn't remember any of that. There's one big problem though. Valoron has been invaded by Oreth Odiox, a space tyrant, and Bartox has been imprisoned. So it's up to Power Girl and her kooky sidekick to save Valoron and free Bartox if they ever want to get back home again. And yeah, that's basically the plot. A zany buddy cop space action comedy with PG as the straight man and Harl as the crazy one. I'm a little late to the party with this comic, but ever since it was announced I've been meaning to pick it up. Who isn't intrigued by the concept of Harley Quinn and Power Girl teaming up? It's so odd, you just have to see it. I'm obviously a fan of Harley, but I'm also a fan of Power Girl, especially her old title penciled by Amanda Conner. Needless to say, I was excited about this miniseries. However, now having read it, I have to say I'm disappointed. The plot is almost non-existent, it's really just one long struggle to get back home to Earth, and that's it. This series is more or less an excuse to tell as many jokes, sexual innuendos, and pop culture references as possible. There's also a lot of fourth wall breaking. Now that in itself isn't bad. Not everything has to be deep or have a dense plot. Sometimes a simple fun romp is all you need. But fun is the word of importance here. Humor is the whole point of this series, but I just don't find it funny. Of course, humor is subjective. I don't find the jokes in this story to be funny, but someone else probably does. So I can't completely discard this comic and claim that it sucks. It's just not my type of humor. It's too over the top and far too silly for my tastes. And the running gag of Bartox being madly in love with PG while she thinks he's repulsive gets kind of old after a while. So does Harley's nagging about being hungry. I don't even get that. Is that supposed to be funny? Like I said, not my type of humor. I also don't like the way Harley is portrayed. She barely feels like Harley at all. She's way too zany, weird, and stupid, even for her. Nothing the character in this comic says sounds anything Harley Quinn would say, nor anything she does. Besides doing weird stuff, she also performs far too many acts of heroism. Now, I like my villains portrayed in a sympathetic light, but in this story, Harley is basically a full-blown superhero, and that's taking it too far. I could never picture this Harley in a Batman comic. I have to admit, I haven't really kept up with the new 52 Harley Quinn. Maybe this is how she's always characterized? Feel free to answer that in the comments. As for the artwork, I'm disappointed there too, although that's sort of my own fault. Going into this, I thought Amanda Conner was the artist, like she was on the old Power Girl title. Instead, she's the co-writer and just the penciler of the covers. Now, none of the artists on this comic are bad, I just want my Power Girl drawn by Conner. Once you've read PG's stories penciled by Conner, you don't really want anyone else working on a character. There's just something about her Power Girl artwork. I can't quite put my finger on it. So there you have it, that's Harley Quinn and Power Girl. If you really like silly humor, or if you're a huge fan of Harley or PG, then I recommend this, otherwise stay away. Remember, Arkham Asylum awaits you in the next video.